What's up guys, Stark here. In today's character spotlight we're going to be taking a look at Stheno. I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong, but I feel like because she's the first Gorgon sister, the S sound of her name is intentional. So anyway, I'm gonna throw her pictures on the screen here. She has some pretty good artwork, I'd say. It's about average, really. Nothing really stands out to me. So moving on here to her stats, she is an assassin class, so she will be effective against riders and weak to caster types. So at max level, or at level 80, she will have 8,985 attack and 11,518 HP. She's kind of on the weaker side, honestly. Her skills aren't amazing. Her Noble Phantasm's really good, but she's one of those characters where she's like really effective against male characters, and she's not going to be doing a whole lot against female characters. So let's take a look at her servant skills here. Her first skill is going to be called Vampirism C, and it will give a low chance to decrease charge by 1 and increase her own Noble Phantasm gauge. Now this is separate. It's not like one of those skills where if it decreases the charge, it will increase yours. I believe they were two independent effects and has a chance to decrease, but will always increase her Noble Phantasm. It's just a little bit, but anytime you can increase your own Noble Phantasm, you obviously want to take advantage of that. Her second skill is called Siren Song A, and this is the first skill where she really becomes effective against male types, and this is going to do a high chance to inflict charm on the opposite gender for 1 turn. Obviously she's a female, so she's going to be using that on male characters. And then finally, her final skill is called Whim of the Goddess A, and this will increase attack of all allies for 3 turns, and then it will increase the attack of all divine allies for 3 turns. And this can also be a skill you can use and strengthen by doing the strengthen quest. So it's a pretty solid increase. I'm not really sure which characters are divine. There's not really too many at the moment, but if you have them, I guess it's pretty good. I'm surprised it's not specified to only being females, but it's a really solid skill. So now I'm going to throw up her Ascension Materials and her Skill Enhancement Materials. So she needs pretty solid stuff for assassins, you know, being the hearts and the claws, or the scales. I think those are scales. Yeah, those are the scales. And then, you know, a whole bunch of dust. Nothing too special here. And then the same thing with her Skill Enhancement Materials. I don't think too many characters actually have like anything super fancy with their skill enhancement material requirements, so I'm just gonna move on here to her craft essence. So at level 10 she will get the Radiance of the Goddess craft essence, and this will increase quick card effectiveness of all allies by 15% while on the field. And this is pretty good because she is primarily focused towards a quick build. So having said that, she has 3 quick cards, 1 arts, and 1 buster. So ideally you want to use her in a quick team, and it's baffling, but her Noble Phantasm is actually buster. I really hate when they do stuff like this. Just make it quick. Make her focused on a quick team. Why do you have to make her Noble Phantasm buster? I don't know. Anyway, it does a high chance to inflict death to male characters, and well, it only works on 1 enemy, but it has a high chance to inflict death on that enemy if it's a male. Inflicts charms if it's a male for 1 turn, and reduces the defense for 3 turns, regardless of what character it is. So you can kind of see the problem with this. If you're not going against a male character, her Noble Phantasm is relatively useless. All it will do is just reduce defense of that enemy for 3 turns. It's kind of a waste of an attack if you ask me. But, you know, if you are going against a male type servant, it's going to be very powerful, and the high chance of death is always nice. But if you're not going against a male, then I probably wouldn't recommend taking her. So now let's take a look at some of the craft essences you can use on Stheno. First up here we have Grandeur, which will increase quick card effectiveness by 15%. And then Grandeur we have the Imaginary Around, which is going to be the 5-star version of Grandeur and will increase quick card effectiveness by 25%. And then finally we have Kaleidoscope. As always, this thing is just too good. It's always going to make the list. So that pretty much wraps up this character spotlight. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing Atalanta. So, you know, stay tuned for that. And I will leave you guys with Stheno's Noble Phantasm. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Stheno of the Stheno.